We're seeing now an Iberic site. This is a site where the Iberians came. Probably 3,000 to 4,000 years ago. It's not clear who went, but this is about the ancient or most ancient population site where we have to prove that people, advanced people, lived right next to the sea. There's a drop-off here of a few hundred meters into the sea to the right. And here's this settlement. It's an old settlement village, and where you can see how advanced they were thinking and building. They were artists, craftsmen, artisans, smart people. My impression off the bat, I tell you my theory, is this is what's left over after a huge cataclysmic event. They had to come and hide here somewhere, and then they did their settlement, and it's very smartly done. So we're here in Catalonia at the San Sebastian lighthouse, the far. And so this is an Iberian village that was positioned right at the sea coast. We have to keep in mind though that perhaps the sea coast was changed, so maybe this was inland. And then you can look around and visit what they did. They had kilns, they were doing their own ovens, their own ceramics. I mean, this place has been doing ceramics from about 3000 before Christ up to now, right? So 5,000 years of ceramics. There has to be something about it. And they used it, I believe, as traders, as merchants, because you needed to have containers to ship the stuff around. Don't slip. Oh, look, they're objects. The objects they were doing. So these were smelting metals in the kilns, you see. They were probably doing their own, for all we know, gold jewelry. Advanced people. And then here, this is very intricate work. So this is long, long before the Greeks. And then one can think about how were the Greeks copying what the Iberians did. And the rest is over there is the kiln, the oven. Unfortunately one cannot see much anymore. But what I like is the energy here. I mean, those were little houses. They were probably small people. I think the people were tiny because of the way the houses were made. This was probably a little family. So I would estimate there were maybe 40, 50, 60 people living here. What we just said, right? They had to have their receptacles, and they were trading through the whole Mediterranean. I mean, you're looking here at a culture, civilization of traders, commercial people, sailors. This was all very advanced, but as I said, this may have been the result, what we're looking at here, of what's left over after a big cataclysmic event. That's when I went down into the sea.
You mean they rebuilt after? They had to rebuild?
They had to rebuild, yes. I'm sure they had to rebuild.
Or they had to migrate?
I mean, yeah, I meant to say they migrated, came here after a cataclysmic event and restarted their life. It's pretty primitive, but at the same time high-tech for that time. I mean, for us, high-tech is internet and space shuttles and rockets. For them, high-tech was building silos and putting their grains safe and doing the artwork and sailing and commerce. That was high-tech in that time.
Yeah, it's beautiful here.
And then that's the kiln over there.
It's not as visible?
It's not as visible as what we saw with the Greek settlement, which was really a city. That was a city. This is a village.
Or we don't know what it really was.
We don't know. What we can say is here probably 60 people were living. There were artisans, craftsmen, craftswomen, and they were doing advanced works. When you think this is, and we don't know how old this is really, but it's certainly 2000 before our era, so this is 4,000 years old, maybe 5,000 years old. This is long, long before any other civilization appears here, Phoenician or Greek.
And so these were the grain silos
Yes,
that they dug underground
Yes.
to protect the grain?
Yeah, they were protecting their own food, but I think they were trading.
Or maybe they were fermenting it?
Or fermenting, but they were trading because this is way more volume than they needed for their few people here, so I'm sure they were trading. They were not just doing the objects for themselves, like these art objects or the tools. I mean, they were doing their own tools. And clearly then you see them appearing in different spots, in Greece, in the south of France, on the other side, in Libya. Long and short is, there was exchange going on. The Iberian resort was the pottery useful.